What's up everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name's Dylan.
I'm Liz again.
Again, her name is Liz again.
Yep, it's just one word, Liz again.
Liz again. I think she means to say she's back again.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Regardless, today's video we're talking about a really important question that a lot of drivers think. I know it's just like a normal question to think of just as a normal human being. You know, is it okay to flirt with your passengers as a driver for Uber and Lyft? And we're gonna talk about that today. And I also brought Liz on because I think this is probably a bigger problem for female passengers. And I don't know why, I guess. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
I would say that, but obviously not discriminating for the male passengers.
I mean, I don't want to discriminate or be sexist, but like I also want to be real and be like, this is a bigger problem for guy drivers flirting with female passengers.
From my personal experience, yeah, I would say it's definitely more common for a male to flirt with a female passenger than a female driver to flirt with.
But at the same time, like, it happens to people of all sexes. Yeah. Today's video, is it okay to flirt? Yes or no? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. But today we're gonna share our opinion, and I brought Liz on also to share a story about one time that she did get flirted with. Hit on?
That's the word.
So yeah, do you want to tell them what happened?
Yeah, I'll go for it. So I was getting picked up from the airport probably like a year and a half ago, and we're just driving, and I'm having a good conversation with the guy. It's like pretty nice, you know, easy to talk to. Fine guy, fine gentleman. And we're driving, and we get up to my place. I'm starting to get out and get my bag, and I've actually left the car. I'm walking up the steps to the front gate, and
really?
He pops out of his car and standing up with his hand on the roof was like, hey, like, can I ask you a question? Like, I thought I like left something. And so I kind of walked back and I was like, yeah, God. What's going on? And he's like, you know, I don't usually do this. And like, once I heard that, I was like, I just started to cringe because I knew it was gonna come. And he's like, is it possible for me to get your number? And like, honestly, the ride was great. Like, I had a good time, and then in that moment, I felt uncomfortable. And I was just like, I'm sorry, like, I don't really give him my number, but I hope you have a really good day. Because, like, I mean, nice guy, but I don't know, like, wasn't interested. I didn't even think of getting into an Uber that it would come out of some sort of connection or relationship. Like, my thought is, like, if I'm going for a dentist appointment, my dentist is not going to hit on me. You know, like, it's a very professional thing. Yeah,
so I think it's all about expectation. So when you have a passenger get into your car, they are expecting a service. And that service is getting from their pickup location to their destination. And they're not, you know, looking to get hit on. They're not looking to find their loved one with their driver, whatever it might be. So yeah, but if, you know, if somebody's going on to a dating app or a dating site,
then you are looking for that.
Or a singles night at some bar, then yeah, the expectation is there that it's okay for somebody to go up to you and ask for your number, whatever. But yeah, when you're doing Uber and Lyft, know that your passengers are not looking for that. And for one, you can get deactivated because you're making your passenger feel uncomfortable. And in many cases, it can be qualified as sexual harassment if you're trying to, I don't know, whatever. Is that true? I don't know if it's sexual harassment, but like, there's just a gray area. There's like a fine line, and I would just say like, be like, just it's not worth the risk.
No, it's not. And like, even if you have like a connection with your passenger, I'm sure you're gonna find a connection, like Dylan said, like singles night at a bar, or like dating apps and dating services where people want to also connect with you. Like, it's a very mutually exclusive thing, where this was like very one-sided. Like, I'm not going into the car like fixing my hair, putting on my makeup, being like, ooh, who's my Uber driver? Like, I'm just getting in the car. I've had a long day of traveling, I just want to get home. Yeah, and
this even applies like to other jobs as well. That's why they always say like, don't date anyone in the office, because it just, if you're working in whatever, you know,
it's awkward.
A normal office, it just causes all kinds of problems. People get fired over this stuff. If you got hired at like, you know, a really awesome job, and your boss told you, you know, when you got hired, hey, you know, we really like you, and there, you know, there was one thing you do. If you ever hit on another coworker, you're gonna get fired. you wouldn't hit on the coworkers.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk. So, you know, why risk getting deactivated from Uber and Lyft just for trying to get somebody's phone number or whatever? It just, yeah, so one, it makes the passenger feel uncomfortable, and two, you can potentially get fired.
I mean, all in all, the risk is not worth the potential reward.
Yeah.
Like, okay, out of 10 people's numbers you might ask, maybe one person's gonna give it to you, but within the 10, I guarantee someone's gonna report you.
Probably 5 of them will.
I mean, I think my big thing is, imagine if you're a passenger and you're just trying to go to the movies, go to the grocery store, wherever you're going, you don't really want that, like, hit-on vibe environment, so just, like, treat your passenger as if it's yourself. Or, like, if you have a sibling, like, how would you feel about it if your sister or your brother or your cousin, mom, dad, whatever, got hit on? Like, that's uncomfortable.
Definitely. Yeah. Imagine if your mom was getting hit on. Do you want your mom to get hit on while she's taking an Uber? Or, I don't know, your sister?
You just want them to get there safely.
Yeah. I don't know, how many, do you, like, maybe not explicitly somebody asking for your number, but have you gotten, like, drivers who kind of hint at it, or like say something like inappropriate or anything? Every
now and then, I would say more times than not, I think drivers have been pretty good about keeping the conversation like pretty generic, like, oh, where are you from, like, what are you doing out in this area, yada yada yada. But sometimes they'll be like, oh, like, do you have a boyfriend? And I'm like, no. And then I divert the conversation to something else. I'm like, oh, so what's one of your favorite places to eat around here? You know, like, I'm not saying like, oh no, I'm seeing, you know, like, I think it's all about like,
so yes, driver asked if you had a boyfriend.
Yeah, that was a different one, and I was like, oh no, like, I don't know, like, it just, like, it kills the vibe of the ride. Like, you're having a conversation, like, talking about normal things, and when you, like, drop that bomb, it just makes your passengers immediately uncomfortable, and then you're probably not gonna get a tip, you're probably gonna get a bad rating, so it's just, like, not worth your trouble.
Yeah. How does it make you feel towards taking Uber and Lyft in general when you have, like, for instance, that guy asked you for your number at the end of the ride?
I think as a passenger, it makes you feel very apprehensive. Like, you kind of have your guard up going in to these situations, and it's kind of inevitable. Like, I'm still gonna have to take Lyfts and Ubers to get somewhere from point A to point B, but, like, I'm prepared. And honestly, up until that one time I got my number asked for, I didn't even think of an Uber driver trying to, like, hit on someone. Yeah. And I know this is definitely, like, a big issue. Like, it's not just a me thing, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It's happening. And I mean, I have a Facebook group with a bunch of Uber and Lyft drivers in there, and I've asked this question, and a lot of people say that it's okay.
See, I would disagree personally. I just think that as a driver, you're setting yourself up, I wouldn't say for failure, but for a not positive experience, and then your passenger's not going to be happy. And honestly, like, if a driver took it too far, I definitely would report it, and I probably would not ride with Lyft and or Uber, depending on which company that happened with. Yeah,
definitely. And I know for me, like, we're going to wrap this video up soon, because I think you guys already know the answer. For me, one time I did have, I'm not going to get into the details, but I did have a very negative experience one time taking an Uber or Lyft, I don't remember. But after that ride, I took a break from riding because I didn't want to run into that issue again. So, yeah, just, what were you going to say?
I said that's the sad part of the story. Yeah. Like, you know, you don't want to make the one driver ruin the whole experience for the passenger to take a ride with that car, like, company again. Like, that's just sad.
Yeah, and you know, Uber and Lyft, when, you know, when the founders created this app, they did not have this in mind. I mean, they knew that this would be an issue. So don't be part of that issue, and just, you know, do your job of, you know, completing the ride.
Be professional.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hit on a client if they come in for a business deal, you know? Like,
yeah.
The car is your office.
Car is your office, guys. You heard it here first. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know down below, what are your comments on this? Again, I hope that you don't think it's okay, but even, you know, just let me know down below, and then I can go back and, you know, make a new video on this with your comments. So, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos like this one on Uber and Lyft.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for telling my story. And I think for all the listeners out there, like if you're a passenger, like just vocalize and say, hey, I'm not comfortable with that. And if you're a driver, just don't do it.
Definitely. It's always good to, again, like if you're a victim of something, to be vocal about it and do seek help if this has happened to you. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all next time. Bye.